Hello, this is Miss Melissa. Welcome to my house again. Today's show is going to be about the Grateful Guacamole. You might be saying to yourself, how in the world can guacamole be grateful? Well, it's not really the guacamole that's grateful. It's you that's going to be a little more grateful today. I'm changing up your regular guacamole. Most people's regular guacamole is avocado and more vegetable friends. Today, I'm going to add a little fruity touch to the guacamole. So, now that you know that, let's get started. Something that's really important to say before we actually get started with the fruits and vegetables is the happiest people in this world don't necessarily have the best of everything. They make the best of everything they have. So keep that in mind as we go through this journey. Let's talk about what do you need. A big mixing bowl. I have some corn chips for after our guacamole is done for tasting. I have a whisk that I'm going to use to break up the guacamole. I have knives and spoons, a spoon actually, a peeler because yes, I am adding an apple to this. And I have some cut up sticks of pepper for crunch. I have an apple because I wanted to get fruity and it kind of replaces the crunch of the onion. It's a little bit sweet. I have my favorite kind of yellow mango that is super sweet and of course slippery. I have a very small tomato that I will use without the seeds. I have a couple of limes to add a little zing. I have a couple of avocados because clearly we're going to need that. Salt, and can you believe it, of all things, a whole plant of cilantro. Y'all ready for this? I know you're ready now. Okay, so I'm going to start with my first avocado. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to cut around the whole outside. So I'm going to press the knife in, pushing it against the pit, turn the avocado until the avocado is sliced in half. And we're going to open it up. Are you ready? Twist. Voila! How cool is that? This brown thing is the pit if you weren't sure. And I will tell you there's something sneaky about these pits. If you put the pit back in the guacamole, it'll stop it from turning brown. So I have two halves, balance. I'm going to just put that down while I cut another guacamole in half. So I press the knife in against the pit, I turn it around, I try to stay careful for my fingers so I can keep them for later today. And I can tell you this is an awesome healthy snack to share with friends. It usually goes very well with drinks. Oh, I'm trying to spin. Oh, voila, another pit and a perfect job on the cutting. Okay, so something else cool about avocados. Now, this is how you get the pit out. You might find it kind of humorous. So one hand has a big knife, the other hand goes behind my tiny honey as to make sure I keep my fingers. So 1, go ahead, count with me, 2 and 3. Slam the knife into the pit. So you can actually pick the whole avocado up, spin it, and there's your pit. So I can take the side bowl and drop the pit in, or we can save it for later. I'm gonna take that out, we don't need it till the end. Okay, and since you probably found that kind of funny, number 2, avocados down on my cutting board, safe hand behind my back, and wah! So the pit comes out again. Okay, now the knife goes down, the pits go to the side, and my trusty tiny spoon is going to take all the avocado out of its house. So here I go, I take the spoon to the edge. Not a lot of pressure, get underneath, and the goal would be that this baby slides out, voila. And the skin, just drop it in the sink as long as you have a garbage disposal. Side 2, do a scoop, get around the edge, so kind of underneath the skin, and turn it all the way until the whole thing falls right out. Spoon down. Now, I did notice, I'm going to go back in with a knife. A little bit of the avocado stem was still on there. We don't want that in our avocado. And I'm gonna take one more half. So I'm using an avocado and a half, whoops, for this recipe. And you can see this is so ripe, the skin just peels right off. Ta-da! So that's the third one. Now, you may already have some icky avocado slime on your hands. If that is the case, wipe them down. Okay, now, when you break up your avocado, I'm gonna suggest use a whisk. You don't wanna get it too creamy. You want some more chunky chunks here. So, push the whisk down and break up your avocado. Now, I am going to do it a couple of times. So we begin to break up the avocado. We'll add more fruits and vegetables. We will season it, and then, of course, we will eat it. So, why would we be grateful about avocados? First thing I want to discuss, I have to do a little tapping number here. First thing I would discuss is, think about what happened before this avocado got to my house. Not only did it get to my house, but it's traveling through this video all the way to your house. And I live in Florida. This is just a little bit gross. I am taking the avocado out of the whisk with my hands. Sensorily wise, it feels kind of gross, but now I'm covered in guacamole. Oh my God. You'll see why this is cool. And so now I'm giving it a little tap to get some of that more guacamole out. I'm gonna take the knife I have and see if I can push through any more. We can get the rest of this out later when our show is over. For now, we're just having some fun, and guacamole's flying all over the place. Big mess. Okay, sink, rinse, guacamole off. Guacamole, it's not even guacamole yet. It's actually just some chopped avocado. I want you to see what it looks like, just a bunch of chunks of creamy avocado. Okay, so I was talking about grateful, right? So let's take this apple. Every time you eat an apple, do you think, wow, I should really be grateful for that? Probably not, but let's discuss this. Somebody planted the soil. Someone planted the apple pit. Somebody watched the tree grow. Somebody else picked all the apples off the tree. Then the apples got those funny little stickers on them. They went in the truck to the grocery store. You went to the grocery store to pick out that apple. All of this happened right before you get to bite it. How much in that story do you have to be grateful for? I'd also like to add in the sun, because I am grateful that the sun comes up and goes down every day. And without the sun, we wouldn't have energy, and this apple tree wouldn't have survived, and we wouldn't have an apple. So when you think about, wow, I have nothing to be grateful for, yes, you do. Every fruit or vegetable you've ever eaten is full of reasons for gratitude. Moving on, I have an apple peeler, and I am just going to do a couple peels of this apple, because the part of the apple that is going to go into our guacamole doesn't need skin. This apple that I chose to use is a Honeycrisp apple. I like the crunch value in this apple. That doesn't mean you couldn't use any apple you want. And while we're on that topic, everything that I say is only a suggestion. Maybe you don't even like guacamole. So if that's the case, you're probably not going to make it. But if you do like guacamole, I hope someplace in your mind you're going, fruit, really? I don't know. But you're gonna try it because you're grateful for this opportunity to watch this video. Okay, so here we go. Half peeled apple. And now I take my knife out again and I cut just a little bit of apple. We don't need a massive amount, just a little bit. And now we're gonna make sticks, kind of like little thin slices that are gonna go into the avocado. And even though culinary chefs think every piece should be the same size, I'm not all jammed up about the specifics. I'm just cutting some apples. So I turn the apple the other way and put in some more straight lines. So I'm gonna wind up with a whole bunch of little pieces of apple. And just so we can reiterate this again, shouldn't you be grateful for the food you have? It's raining gratitude apples right now into my bowl. Just want you to have another check. Apples and avocado is what we have so far. We move on. to the sweet and succulent and amazing favorite, mango. I'm gonna use my peeler again. So I'm just peel a part of the mango skin off. I don't need a lot of sweetness, but now that I have this sweet avocado, I want you to think about things in your life to be grateful for that are sweet. Like, you know, love, happiness when the smile goes up, kids, puppy dogs, squirrels that make it across the street, sunbathing turtles. There's so much sweet. You might not want to forget Hershey's Kisses. Okay, so I'm back to my mango. I'm going to cut a slice of mango just like that. Put the rest of the mango off to the side. And just like the apple, I'm going to cut some straight lines. Don't worry about how big your pieces of mango are. Doesn't really matter. We're just being grateful as we add this in for all the amazing sweet things and people in our lives. Think about love. Love is a sweet thing. Love is something you cannot buy. So it might be more precious than gold. And now the grateful mango drips in to our grateful guacamole. So not a whole lot of mango, just a bit. If you like more sweetness, feel free to add some more mango. I'm going to move on. Next thing that I'm going to cut up, some peppers. Same thing, they grew from the sun. They're full of crunch. And the peppers, what if we said the peppers in this grateful journey stood for all the special people in your life? So they're cut in strips already. I'm gonna just slice them into little cubes. But let's think about who in your life is so special to be grateful for. Your kids, your parents, your husband, your wife, your significant other, the pets that live in your house, and your friends. Some people are friends at work. People are friends in life. Some of the people that you should be grateful for are just the people that you walk past in the grocery store that actually take the time to say hello to you. So bring in the power of the people. I am grateful for all the people that I come in contact with. Imagine if that was something that you felt, wow, there's so many people in my life, some I like, some I don't, some are nice, some are not. Maybe one of the things we want to think about here is, why are people mean? Maybe because there's nobody special in their life to take care of them. So now I'm going to take my peppers, my people peppers. I have red, I have orange, I have yellow, and they just drip in like the people around your life. It's so cool. I have a little more pepper that I'm going to add, and it's already cut up. So there we go with the pepper. We're on to another paper towel because the hands are getting a little slimy. So let's recap so far. What do we have? Avocado, mango, apple, 3 colors of pepper. We're grateful for the fruit and the vegetables that have grown. We're grateful for the sweetness in our life. And then the people in our life. So what do you say? This tomato's about everything else. The roof you sleep under, the air conditioning in your home, your electricity, your running water. Maybe we can even think about shelter plus health. Think about your body, right? Your mouth moves, your eyes can see, your ears can hear, your belly can digest, you can stand, you can walk, you can run, you can drive. There's so much to be grateful for, my God. So this might be the funniest part of the video. What I'm gonna do is slice the tomato in half. I'm gonna stick my fingers in it, pull all the wet and juicy stuff out, and then cut the tomato to add for color and flavor. So here we go. Stick the knife into the tomato, cut it in half. I'm gonna use the knife to go around a little bit around the edges so all the wet, seedy part can come out. And here, scoop it, scoop it, scoop it, rip it out. I just don't want the delicious, grateful guacamole to be wet. And so that's why we're taking the inside out. So here, I'm not sure if you can see, but as I cut the tomato, I'm gonna hold the knife down right in front of my fingers as to keep them again. And I'm just slicing the tomato skin, well, I call it skin, into tiny little cubes again, because soon it's going to rain tomato. And that, in our story today, represents our shelter, our home, our health. And I just like making it rain into the guacamole, so we're gonna do a little more. So here, we've got it, we've got it, we've got it, we've got it. And just think about right now, how many days have you said, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm too short, I'm too tall, my hair is too curly. Something we always find to complain about. So I'm asking you just for today, instead of all those things that are wrong, look in my bowl, look for the good. I'm perfect just the way I am. I'm happy, there's people in my life that love me. I have a house to live in and lots of love around me. Bonus. Okay, so I'm on to the lime. Now, something about the lime that's important is you need a lot of lime juice. So I'm just gonna squirt it up. And like adding a little love into the love potion of happiness and gratefulness. And you will see, the more you change complaining thoughts into grateful thoughts, the happier you are. The happier you are, the nicer you are to people around you. And you know how that works with the universe. When you're nice to others, they're nice back to you. So maybe today is the day you start saying, I'm gonna treat people the way I want to be treated. And that lime goes. So now for another spectacular rain bath on the guacamole. I am just squeezing everything out of this lime. And if some lime shrapnel lands in, you know, like those little bits and pieces of lime, that's fine. So there we go, there we go. 2 halves of lime have been dumped in. Back to the paper towel one more time. And I have cilantro. And I'm gonna break it up into little pieces because cilantro adds a crazy amount of flavor. And why use a knife when I could rip it up and just have fun touching it and letting it rain? Cilantro, it's a fresh cilantro plant. You know what it needs? Water, sunlight, and love. Kind of like me, you, our kids, and our friends. I do have a tiny request at this point right now. If this video has made you smile even once, it would mean the world to me if you could send it to a friend. Maybe you have 2, 3, or 4 friends. That would, first off, find me entertaining. Second off, maybe they would smile from this message. You can only do so much in life, but forwarding one tiny little video is something you can do. Okay, so now I am going to get out a fork and I'm gonna begin to stir and mix my guacamole. I'm gonna ask that you don't stir it too much because it will get mushy. And you really want the avocado to stay kind of chunky. Oh my God, this looks good. And there's only one more important ingredient. That ingredient is salt. I'm gonna ask you to keep in mind, most corn chips already have salt in them. That being the case, don't go crazy on the salt. So, salt, shake it, shake that salt. Oh, you know it's coming. The tiny honey dance. So, shake that tiny honey, shake that tiny honey, shake that tiny honey, shake that tiny honey, shake your salt. Okay, now, last but not least, we stir again. And remember, earlier in this amazing, funny show, we talked about the pit of the guacamole. So, no, the pit of the avocado. I actually have 2 pits, but I'm gonna put the pit inside the bowl that I'm gonna serve, and it says, eat, drink, and be happy. Of course, the perfect bowl for your grateful guacamole. So, the pit is in there. I'm going to scoop with my fork the guacamole into the pretty dish. So when we go to taste it, it even looks good. Now, how cool would this be if you were going to hang out with some friends tonight, maybe have some cocktails? This is an amazing appetizer, so easy to make. And I will tell you, I have a friend, this is actually funny, who claims he doesn't eat vegetables, hates vegetables. He didn't think I was capable of making this. He was like, no, come on. Melissa, you bought it, didn't you? I didn't buy it, I made it. No, you can make it too. So, before we go, we probably need a taste. I have a Scoopy chip, a now broken Scoopy chip. I'm going to scoop on. Oh my God, so much goodness. Love this. I hope this little educational journey into gratitude has really taught you something new and special. Not sure if you know this part, but I happen to be a yoga teacher. So as we have an attitude of gratitude, I'd like to say today, namaste to you.